Would you agree that the olden, or not the olden, the legacy way of doing things in this industry have been like the movie industry did not change for 80 to 100 years? It was pretty much, that was it. It did not move. I mean, from the technology of how movies were made, sure, little things here and there, but it was film and it went through the process. And writing, you were a screenwriter, and that's it. So that focus of, I can only be a screenwriter as a writer in the business, that was it. In today's world, things are changing so dramatically that and jobs are being just gone. Like, it's like, for lack of a better word, like I'm a coal miner, and all of a sudden that's all I've done all my life, and all I know is coal mining. And and guess what? The mine's closed now because whatever reason, it's done.
Yeah.
And now they're like, well, I don't know how to do anything else. That is the old way of thinking, where in new economy, in the new entertainment industry, you need to be a jack of all trades. Specialization is you're risking when you do specialization, because in the world that we're living in, things are changing so rapidly that all of a sudden, like, we don't need directors anymore. AI is taking care of that for us. But we also do need this. I don't think that's going to happen, but unless James Cameron creates it. But it happens all the time. And I saw it I came up, like I said, as an editor. When I came up, there weren't a lot of editors, and editing systems used to cost, $100,000, $150,000 to edit on nonlinear editing systems. Before that, it was $1 million to have an editing suite. And then all of a sudden, Final Cut came out, and now everyone's an editor. So now the competition came in. So then that's when I jumped into color grading, because color grading was still a little bit higher up, and not everybody could do that. And then, but you kind of always jump all over the place. Yeah. If you don't do that, you're done.
That's it. And I mean, we would love to romanticize this idea, that we can just stay committed to this one thing. And I do think it's good to have something that is really your focus and a goal that you're trying to get to. I'm all for that. I'm not saying don't do that. But what I am saying is, if you want long-term success in this business, you've got to adapt that sort of adaptability. It's just like, the industry is changed. We don't think about the way that the industry has changed throughout history. For example, it used to be when you went to the movie theater, there was a man or a woman that was paid to set up at an organ at the front and play music that accompanied what you were seeing on the screen.
Right.
And you know what? Overnight, that job disappeared.
Gone.
It was gone.
And if that's all you've done for 30 years, you're done.
That's right. You're done. And so often entire careers are gone overnight because that was, no longer needed. And that's the age we live in. I mean, think about, when you and I were young, if we wanted to go,
Sir, I'm still young, sir. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm speaking for myself, for sure. For sure.
I am 25. My daughters have done this to me.
Oh, you know what? I totally get it. I myself have been 29 for a number of years now.
Exactly. You were saying, sir.
Yes, but it used to be, if you or I wanted to go to Florida, we would call a travel agent and get them to book us a ticket to go to Florida.
Right.
That overnight, that entire industry disappeared, right? Because we didn't need it anymore. So if you want to be someone that, is putting all your eggs in one basket, you do risk this idea that, my career may be completely irrelevant overnight someday. But I think that's why those of us, I love that, your brand, your podcast, Indie Film Hustle, because I think most of us recognize that one of the big keys to success here is to have a hustle, to be hustlers. That's why I have a lot of friends that write all day, and then at 2 PM, they go out and they drive Uber for 4 hours, and then they go do DoorDash for 4 hours. And the gig economy makes it a necessity that we have to be willing to be diverse in how we approach getting our art out into the world.
Without question. And every single time I walk into an Uber, I sit down in an Uber, the first words out of my mouth is, "How's the script?" And because I live in LA, so it's and about 7 out of 10 times I go, "How did you know?" I'm not making fun. I'm not, you know what? I'm just ribbing. But
Yeah.
but it's the thing. And if it's not a screenwriter, it's an actor. And if it's not an actor, it's a director. If not a singer, I was in an Uber the other day. They played me their demo.
Yep.
Their demo was being played for me in their. I'm like, and they're like, "Can you give me options?" I'm like, opinions. I'm like, "Do you want the truth?"
Yeah.
And because I'm never gonna see you again, so if you want the truth, I'll tell you the truth. And I did, and you could see that they were just like. I'm like, you need more production. You need more this. This is like, all of a sudden I'm an American Idol judge. Yeah. But this is the world that we live in right now. And it's tough. But I think that Swiss Army knife analogy is exactly what we all need to be, especially just on the writing standpoint. There is hundreds of different things you can do as writers. I know professional screenwriters who have jumped into novel writing because they keep 100% control of their story. And they don't have to deal with all the crap that goes along with trying to produce a feature film.